Welcome from far and near to my weekly soul oracle for the human collective. This time for week 19 from the 8th to the 14th May 2023. If my sound is a little bit strange, it's not a defect of my microphone. I just got a bad cold, but despite difficulties, I try to give you a good reading for the next week. And as we all have now passed full moon, this important and also intense full moon from the last week is now quite clear that we get from the Shamanic Soul Oracle our first cards in the reading, which is the moon. And the message of that card in our reading is just that we are aware, or that it reminds us that everything is cyclic. And it goes from the light to the dark, and always from the dark side, again, within 28 days, if I talk about the moon, back to the light. Everything is cyclic. And we are invited now, after this intense full moon, to go a little bit, to step back a little bit towards the darkness, the stillness. And the shamanic tradition says that in the darkest places, the most treasures of our souls are hidden. So it's an invitation also to dedicate the week to find your treasures in your darkest places. And the power animal that is in the field for us as a collective next week is the Cancer, the crab. And it's about purification as well, and dedication. And the message is almost the same, that we are invited to reconnect to the spirit's source, to the source of our higher self and the source of light and life. And that we surrender also into these cyclic procedures which are universal. And it reminds us now, after this important full moon, that we can go in stillness and find new insights maybe about ourselves. And from the angel deck, in the first moment I was a little bit astonished, because it's Lucifer as an angel that supports us next week. And most of us culturally are taught that Lucifer represents the bad and the hell, but Luz means light. And Lucifer is in fact the angel of light, which likes to remind us to go to our darkest places, and that he reminds us that love and light is the strongest force. And he is just gifting his life and his energy for our humanity to remind us that dark side and violence is not a good way to go, and that we should find freedom, peace in our hearts and in our souls. And from the light and shadow deck I have another card, the Four of the Swords, which invites us also after this full moon to find our nest of our heart, of our soul, that we can just relax and find stillness and find new power for the upcoming, and that we gift us ourselves with some slowed down pace and with some relaxing hours, evenings, nights. And then from the sacred destiny, the cards we have in our field is change. And also, like with the full moon is always a threshold of change, of a new cycle, and is the same message here. It's also an opportunity for change, an opportunity combined with going into stillness, finding new solutions, new inspirations, new emotions maybe as well for certain situations, and that we surrender to the life, to our soul. And then I have from the nature spirits also a nice message. They will just tell us it's a good moment now for new experiences and for new opportunities and possibilities. So it's now in the new cycle with change and with a period of stillness and relax. It's a good moment to find new possibilities, new opportunities for the upcoming challenges we may face in certain areas of our life. And then from the treasure of soul, it's in German. Deep peace is the message. If we surrender to this process and if we surrender to our life, we shall find deep peace, really a peaceful mind, a peaceful heart, and this shall guide us into the future for the next upcoming time. And from the transformation code, finally, I have here the symbol to connect with your higher self and also to connect with the source. This is a symbol which can support you by energizing your drinking water, or maybe, as I will do, maybe from sometimes I will just put that sign under my coffee cup in the morning, and it will energize my being, my energy field, and then I will also use that one for my drinking water for the next week to find new inspiration in stillness and new experiences and new possibilities which are in the field to be found by ourselves. I hope you have enjoyed my reading despite my bit strange voice, and I hope we see again in full health when the next week is coming up in these wonderful spring months of May. See you then. Blessings from my side. Bye bye.